Okay, so greetings everyone. My name is Jay. I'm from Section E, and today I'll be talking about an important economic issue facing India, which is the supply chain inefficiencies in the Indian agriculture and how they affect the farmers' income. So, let me start with a simple thought. India is one of the largest producers of agricultural products in the world. We produce huge quantities of rice, wheat, fruits, and vegetables. And yet, if you look at the ground reality, a large number of farmers still struggle with the low and unstable incomes. So, naturally, the question becomes, what exactly is the problem? Is it that we are not producing enough? Well, actually, that's not the case. In many situations, farmers are producing enough. The real issue begins after the produce leaves the farm, and that is where the supply chain inefficiencies come in. So, if we look at how the system actually works, once a crop is harvested, it does not go directly to the consumers. It passes through multiple layers, be it the local traders, the commission agents, the wholesalers, the retailers. Now, you might say intermediaries are a part of any normal supply chain. But in India, this chain is quite too long and often fragmented. Each step adds value to the final price but does not necessarily add equal value. So what happens is the consumers ends up paying more, but the farmer still receives a very small share of that. So let's say something sells for rupees 40 or 50 in a city, but it might still give only rupees around 10 to the farmer. Another major issue is the post harvest losses. We still don't have enough cold storages or proper warehousing systems, especially for the perishable goods like the fruits and vegetables. So a significant portion of the produce it gets spoiled before it even reaches the market. Some estimates say this can be as high as 30 to 40%, which is quite alarming because on one hand we talk about the rising food prices, and on the other hand we are losing a large part of what we produce. Then there is the issue of transportation. In many rural areas, connectivity is still not very reliable. Transport can be slow and even inconsistent, and delays increase the chances of spoilage. Also, if you look at the system overall, it is not very well integrated. So, different players operate independently with very limited coordination. So, the entire process becomes inefficient, both in terms of time and obviously cost. Another important factor is information. Many small farmers don't have access to the real time information about prices across different markets. So, what they usually do is they sell in their nearby mandis or at whatever price is available at that moment, even if better prices are available elsewhere. So, if we step back and look at the bigger picture, this is not just an agricultural problem, it is actually a problem of how the system is designed, and it is a supply chain issue. Now, having discussed the problems, coming to what can be done. In the short term, improving the market access is important. Platforms like enum uh, can help the farmers across, like, can help the farmers to connect with buyers across the regions, and instead of depending only on the local markets, they can sell through these platforms. Also, the FPOs, that is the farmer producer organizations, can help the farmers come together and aggregate their produce and eventually improve their bargaining power. In the medium term, we need to focus on the infrastructure, that is, building more cold storages and better warehousing facilities, and even more efficient logistics network. Uh, so, like, even small improvements here can significantly reduce the wastage. And in the long term, the focus has to be on better integration, that is a more connected system where the information, transportation and the markets work together smoothly. Technology also can play a big role in making this happen, and of course implementation of all of this is not easy. There are challenges like high investment requirements, strong policy coordination, and also resistance from the existing intermediaries. So any change has to be gradual and well planned. So to conclude, India's agricultural sector is not weak in terms of production. In fact, it is very strong. But the real gap is how efficiently we manage what happens after the production. Improving the supply chain is not just about reducing the losses, it is about ensuring that the farmers actually receive a fair share of what the value they create. And that ultimately is essential. So yeah,